forest, pockets of such natural forest on Fuguga Hill, Kotana Odo and Hahe Range, and parts of the Twin Hills of Oburji, and the Leopard Hill of Chofa, plus Malaba Range. We have gazetted 19,171 hectares of green age forest in collaboration with the Minister of Environment, Department of Kenya National Forest, and Wajir County Forest Office.
At the peak of Mount Qundi, that is Butte Malaba Hill, the highest mountain in Northeastern. Where we are right now is the highest peak in the region in terms of the greater Northeastern, the whole province of Wajir, Mandera and Garissa combined. We decided to summit this mountain this morning with a team of professionals including doctors, journalists, who started this climb up from Butte town at 8 a.m. and we were here by 1 p.m. It's a very high ascending to the top, and we did this to appreciate nature, to appreciate conservation effort. Here with us was a well-known community conservation champion, Mzee Abdinur Kansoy. Abdinur Kansoy has ever been consistent on matters conservation of this ecosystem. And what we have observed is that this is a very unique ecosystem in terms of the dryland forest that we have in this country. It has very unique, indigenous, huge canopy trees that gives it its, unique status. And we appreciated, we sampled the tree species, we gave it the local names, we traced back our thinking to years and years when we were young herdsmen, looking after camels, goats, and cows in this mountain. We had a wonderful experience, and on that we decided to undertake more effort in terms of conservation. What I can tell you is that this mountain has been registered like 3-4 years ago. It has been gazetted as a protected area by the Kenyan government. And again, we'll be very interested also to invite partners who will be interested in ecotourism. We can do ecologies here. You have seen it's a wonderful thing. We can have very beautiful long zip lines that can attract local tourism. And we will open our mind to more initiatives from friends and partners and investors too. It will be an interesting point that tourism is not only for the parks in Masai Mara and other end of Kenya, but it's also there's a frontier to it in northern Kenya. There's a lot we can do with this ecosystem, and we are going back to the table and discuss it and see how we can up our games in terms of conservation and making use of local available resources.
I am Abdinur Ali Kansoy, based in Butte, an environmental conservationist who has been doing this work for the past 5 years. In fact, I was learning and researching on this mountain about vegetation communities and wildlife. I am on the highest peak above Qundi, which is on Malaba Range. Actually, this high altitude evergreen forest is holding a lot of resources. We have got vegetation communities, we have wildlife, we have water sources, birds, serpents, velvet monkeys, baboons, greater kudus. The cat family is it's highly populated here. We have leopards, cheetahs, monitor lizards, big serpents, and many more. We have got unique vegetation plants that are unique only for Malaba, that are not found on the other part of the world. So there is uniqueness here. Why I am doing this conservation work, there are 2 factors. One, for conservation, environmental protection. 2, preparing and developing future tourism for our area, because we are the tourism, the face of Wajir County. We have valleys, we have high altitude mountains, we have savanna grasslands, we have valleys and animals. The only problem we are facing at the moment is that we have got interruption from across the boundary. Our neighbors are killing our Greater Kudus. They are logging here, and then because we are on the lower altitude, we cannot actually regulate totally, 100%. So we cannot audit this forest anytime. Intruders will come and do whatever they can do, and that is a big problem we have. The second problem is that when there is drought, cattle will come, and camel, they will be browsing and grazing and even settling around. 2 years ago, we have already gazetted 19,171 hectares of green-edged forest in collaboration with Ministry of Environment, National Kenya Forest, and Forest Office in Wajir County. Sometimes honey collectors will come and they create fire. And when we are far away from the mountain top, imagine if there is fire here, we have got no direct access and equipment to solve such a problem. We want this place to be as it is. The way this forest is containing a lot of resources, and the forest is a host of many lives, so we want to keep this environment as it is.